right. Good evening and welcome to the December 8th, 2025 Grafton Board of Health meeting. As a preliminary matter, this is Jennifer Maynard, Chair of the Board of Health. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Andrew Chalupka.
Andrew Chalupka, present.
Karen Gwastowski-Galvin.
Karen Gwastowski-Galvin, present.
Bill Mueller.
Bill Mueller here.
Staff and anticipated speakers on the agenda, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Annette Garcia.
Here.
Bridget Hurley.
Here.
Great. I think that's everybody. I'd like to open the meeting. May I have a motion to open the meeting?
This is Bill Mueller. I'd make a motion that we open the meeting.
Second?
This is Andrew Chalupka. I second the motion to open the meeting.
Roll call.
Bill,
Andrew Chalupka, aye.
Bill Mueller, aye.
Karen Gwastowski-Galvin, aye.
Jen Maynard, aye. This open meeting of the Grafton Board of Health is being conducted in a hybrid fashion consistent with the Act extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency. Governor Healy has further extended this act until June 30th, 2027, of the remote meeting provisions of former Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 executive order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law. In order to mitigate the transmission of the COVID-19 virus, the Act extends the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of the public bodies are allowed to participate remotely. The order, which you can find posted at the town's website at www.grafton-mass.gov, allows public bodies to meet entirely remotely so long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. There are 2 public hearings scheduled for this evening. If the public has a question or comment on an agenda item, please utilize the Q&A feature in Zoom. Please include your full name and address when submitting a comment. For this meeting, we are convening by video conference and in person as posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and that some attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you, and take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. Any supporting materials have been provided to members of this body, are available on the town's website unless otherwise noted. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless I note otherwise. Before we turn to the first agenda item, permit me to cover some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business and ensure accurate meeting minutes. I'll introduce any speakers on the agenda for a topic. After we conclude their remarks, I'll invite the board members to provide any comment, questions, or motions. Please identify yourself by name when speaking. Further, please remember to mute your phone or computer when you're not speaking. Please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. For any response, please wait until I yield the floor to you and state your name before speaking. If members wish to engage with other members, please do so through me, taking care to identify yourselves. Finally, any votes on any motions made during the meeting will be conducted by roll call vote. Phew. And acknowledging Mike Seeger has joined us. Okay, I'm just double checking. All right. Our first agenda is a public hearing continuation. I don't see our attendees for that just yet. I'm just making sure I haven't missed anything. I don't see anybody on the attendees list.
And as the keeper of the emails
Yes.
that get sent out via Zoom, they both
Received.
got the emails.
Great. Our second hearing does not start until 7, so they have some time. So we could move on to agenda items and then circle back if they join. And if they don't join, we probably should go forth and complete our conversation on this from last month. But we'll go down the list of the rest of the items first, if everyone's okay with that.
Yes.
Great. All right. Alliance friends,
All right, excellent. So some updates from the Central Mass Regional Health Department. We've got new branding, which I think you all saw in the newsletter we sent out in last week. So you'll start seeing our new logo out there. Nancy provided us a lot of really great feedback and worked with all the local staff to make sure it really reflected all our communities. So we're very excited about that. We have sent out an offer for our regional public health coordinator position. So this position will serve as the grant manager for the Public Health Excellence Grant, and then also be a key staff member to sit on different boards and committees, and really, increase our community presence so that we can have better cross jurisdictional and departmental collaboration to promote public health in the communities. So we're very excited, just waiting for that offer to hopefully be accepted and have somebody starting in that role before the end of the year. I think those are our major updates outside of items that we'll talk about elsewhere in the agenda, so I won't belabor them. But I know Bridget has some nursing updates if you wanted to take those, Bridget.
Yeah, can you guys hear me okay?
We can hear you.
Okay, perfect. I can't see myself, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, so just some brief nursing updates. So case investigations are ongoing as usual. I was able to pull some numbers from today. So from November through today, I've conducted 7 case investigations involving foodborne illnesses and tick-borne diseases in Grafton alone. All cases have been followed up according to protocol, and appropriate prevention guidance has been provided to affected individuals and families. Seasonal illness activity, there has been a noticeable increase in flu and respiratory illness, both statewide and locally. However, they're still in the low category. I'm just seeing more cases coming through. So just more people are being tested, it seems like. And then there have been a couple recalls that I've received notifications for. The first is from Wegmans. So on December 5th, Wegmans announced a recall of its 34-ounce tubs and 11.5-ounce bags of deluxe mixed nuts due to potential salmonella contamination. The recall products were sold between November 3rd and December 1st, 2025 at Wegman locations in Connecticut, Delaware, Maryland, Massachusetts, North Carolina, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. Our department has shared the recall information through standard communication channels, and we will continue to monitor for any associated illness reports. I haven't received any illness reports related to this as of now. And then I also received a recall from the FDA. It's an early alert about Abbott glucose monitor sensors. So the alert applies to certain Freestyle Libre 3 and Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensors due to potential performance concerns. So this information has also been shared with the towns and is available on the health department's websites for residents who may be impacted.
Great. Any questions or follow-up for Bridget?
No.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And then I'll take the inspector updates.
Yeah.
So for inspections in November, we conducted 9 food inspections, 3 housing inspections, and 1 nuisance inspection for a total of 13 inspections. We're 100% up to date on routine inspections, so all of the food inspections are being conducted within their required time frames. Michael was recently out to inspect a temporary event this last weekend that went great. All of the vendors were set up well, and it's been great to have that additional staff capacity to go out on the weekends to meet those temporary event and mobile food vendors. So that's been great. And then I know Nancy's working through re-permitting season, getting all of our annual permits. So she's been super busy in the office, and Michael has been helping to review all those applications and get permits out the door. We've definitely seen a lot coming in, and we always have the handful of stragglers. But that's, keeping us busy here at the end of the year.
Oh, yeah. Always a busy time.
Yep.
Great. Any questions for Annette on inspections?
No.
Great. Well, that was easy. Where's my easy button? All right. How about you all had the PEP tabletop exercise?
Yes.
I'll ask every time. Would you like to give us an update?
Yes, we did participate in a tabletop exercise that had to do with disaster preparedness. Our meeting was held at the fire station, and actually was quite well attended by other concerned people from different departments in the town. The exercise was also joined in with several other communities in central Massachusetts. It involved a heat emergency combined with a power outage, and what the areas that would be most vulnerable in terms of causing difficulty. And we did identify several issues, including not really knowing how many people there are in the community who are completely dependent upon power, you know, for things like oxygen or other life-sustaining things, and also what the availability is of air-conditioned spaces with generators. And I think we do need to do some work on that. But overall, I think it was very well attended. It was there was a lot of good dialogue and participation. Bridget was kind enough to attend and take extensive notes. I don't know that I've ever seen someone take such complete notes contemporaneously with the meeting, but that was very helpful as well. And we do have to make a after incident report, and Annette is helping with that. You participated from another town, right?
With Shrewsbury. Yeah.
With Shrewsbury, right. So actually, in our region, I think there are 58 towns.
Close to that.
Close to that, and I think only about 22 participated. So we're
That's good.
you know, so we're in the compliant group, and I'm glad we were able to get such good attendance and so forth on relatively short notice.
Yeah,
So
great.
I'd be happy to entertain any questions that people might have about it. But, you know, one of the things, for example, is we could anticipate that 911 would be overwhelmed. But also, if a ambulance comes to the house, they're obliged to take you to a hospital.
Right.
And certainly we could foresee that there were people who really didn't need to go to a hospital, but they needed to go to a place that
Yeah.
had power and had air conditioning. So I think it was worthwhile
Yeah.
exercise.
That's great. Any questions for Bill and Annette?
So thank you both for the updates, and Bill, thank you for attending that on our behalf.
My pleasure.
Plus one.
In unison. Great. Thank you for that, and obviously very valuable things to consider for all communities. Well, while we're at it, Bill, any updates from the Grafton Opioid Recovery Community Partnership?
I don't have any updates. I was not able to make the last meeting. I do think that we're pretty far ahead of a lot of other communities in terms of being able to make meaningful programmatic adjustments to try to help the communities that are involved with this.
Great.
So,
Very good. Ambulance subcommittee. We have a date. We are meeting next week, the 17th, from 1 to 3 at the fire station headquarters. Letters have been sent out to housing locations where, you know, we have a lot of people in one physical location, so we know we have sort of an uptick in calls. And then subsequent, Todd has been able to identify some additional parties that might manage those locations or have some insight as well into some of their practices. And of course, the Alliance will be in attendance as well for that. So our goal is, as we talked about, to just sort of present the data of what our call statistics look like, talk about sort of in general what the state of health of ambulance services in Massachusetts and beyond looks like right now, and see what we can do collaboratively to improve upon our numbers, as well as, just make sure, as we said, residents are aware of any services that there might be a gap for, and really hear feedback from those communities of, are there gaps that we could assist with or not. So hopeful that we'll get folks to RSVP to that, and even if they don't, hopefully they show up and we can all kind of put faces to names and start having this important conversation. And then we'll have, follow up again on AEDs and things like that. Andrew or others, anything to add?
No.
Long awaited. Finally. Just in time for the holiday season, right? Because it's not that busy time. But hopeful folks will be able to join us. Let's see. I think we're making good time on some of these updates, so we'll keep going. So do you want to kind of kick us off on this conversation before we
Yep.
entertain a series of motions?
Happy to. So the first item that we're asking the board to consider today is accepting the Central Massachusetts Regional Health Department intermunicipal agreement. So as you all know and are familiar with, in July of this year, Shrewsbury, Grafton, and West Boylston joined together to form a shared service arrangement under the Public Health Excellence Grant Program. This is a state-funded program aimed at strengthening public health workforce, meeting established performance standards, and expanding capacity and delivering more equitable public health services. In order to establish a clear governance structure and ensure that local boards of health retain local authority, we're required to enter under this intermunicipal agreement. So before I get into some of the specifics about the IMA, I want to talk a little bit about our shared service arrangement and what we've been up to and how this funding will support it. So since joining together, we've seen some marked improvements in how we're delivering public health services to our 3 communities. So we've been able to increase our staffing so we have full weekend coverage to conduct food inspections at temporary events. We've also supplied after-hour and weekend response to hoarding and other housing concerns in our community. We've increased our community programming, which includes attendance at health fairs. We were at the Senior Center Health Fair here, and participation in events like the tabletop exercise. The Public Health Excellence Grant funding is for fiscal year 26 and fiscal year 27. We expect level funding across the 2 years, so that's an annual amount of $461,000. So each year we get that amount. It does not roll over, so anything that we don't spend is returned to the state. While we have the guarantee of the PHE dollars through fiscal year 27, we have a strong focus on establishing sustainable practice and staffing levels, so we're looking to incorporate that into all of our planning as we move forward. We hope that we continue to receive dollars for this initiative, but acknowledge that we want to make sure we're sustaining all the progress that we're able to do. So now into the specifics of what the IMA is and what it accomplishes. As I said, it sets forth the governance structure. So the Public Health Excellence Grant will be advised by an advisory board, which consists of 1 voting member and 1 alternative member from each community. They'll advise on matters of our work plan development, our budget, staffing, performance, and other programmatic priorities. This IMA also establishes how folks can join or choose to leave the shared service arrangement. So, if any town decides they no longer want to participate, this IMA sets forward clear guidelines for how somebody could withdraw their participation. Additionally, it puts financial security for the community. So if funding goes away, there's not a presumed continuance of your participation. It will require the towns to appropriate funds to continue their participation. And then I think those are really the main points that I wanted to touch upon, but certainly I'm happy to answer questions if in your review of the IMA you have any questions or just more generally about the program.
any or what questions for Annette on the IMA in particular, or the grant? Yeah, come on in. All right, if there's no questions, would anybody like to make a motion?
I move that we accept the terms of the proposed agreement.
This is Andrew Chalupka. I second that.
Roll call?
Bill
Andrew
Muller, aye.
Chalupka, aye.
Bill Muller, aye.
Aaron Gostowski-Coven, aye.
Jen Maynard, aye. And then, you want to go through the second one?
Yeah, so then the second one, you know, as I mentioned, each town gets one primary and one backup representative, so one vote per community. So now in this next item, we're asking the board to decide who they want to appoint as their primary and backup representative.
And that would be members from our board each.
So it could be members from your board, it could be municipal staff.
Okay.
You know, I think that's up to you to discuss. We have both. So in Shrewsbury, they appointed a board member as their primary, and the town manager is their backup. I believe West Boylston plans to appoint their town administrator as their primary and their office administrator as their backup. So I think it's up to you as the board to decide. I know it's kind of sprung on you, so if you want to have further discussion past this meeting, we could always postpone that to your next meeting.
Anybody have any thoughts, or do we want to chat with some of our office team and our administrative team first?
This is Karen. I think it would be good to chat before
Yeah.
springing something on someone and being like, hey, I don't know, Evan or Nancy or, you know, whatever the case is, regardless, or even just thinking ourselves
Yeah.
amongst, you know, probably best to pause and discuss further versus just like saying, hey, you're going to be the primary, you're going to be the secondary. You have one question in that is, are the meetings, because this will possibly drive some of the conversation, are the meetings during the day and the week usually?
Typically, so the Shrewsbury appointee is generally available in the morning, so I think there'll probably be morning meetings during the week. They're going to be conducted quarterly for the most part, unless there's any special business that we have to convene more regularly. So that's kind of the time commitment. And I had another. It is a public body, so they follow open meeting law, same as Board of Health meetings.
Yeah, that's super helpful. So would you mind, Annette, just sending a little blurb to us, to the whole board group and Nancy?
Yep.
That just spells out a little bit of what it's looking like, details. And I think it would be helpful just since Radhika couldn't be here this evening as well, just to sort of put what the other towns have voted on. And
Yep.
that way, if we do decide to perhaps have somebody in administration versus on the board, kind of supports that's a little bit of what some of the other staff is doing to support as well.
Yeah, certainly. I'm happy to do that. And West Boylston's meeting is on Wednesday, so I'll plan to do it on Thursday morning, so I can let you know
That's great.
what direction they end up going.
Does that work for everyone?
Yes.
Okay, great. We don't want to volunteer to anybody
Totally
if we
fair.
don't have to. That's great. And of course, members, if you're interested in sitting, obviously that's an option and should make known, so we could put you forth potentially. All right, and then the third, I think we have time for the third one if you want to go ahead with that.
Yeah, this one's very quick. So we're asking the board to consider approving the Town of Shrewsbury website as the central posting location for all Central Mass Regional Health Department Advisory Board public meetings, agendas, and minutes. So under Mass General Law, regional bodies can appoint one central posting location for their meeting agendas, and this will really just help streamline the administrative so that not everybody has to get the agenda stamped by the clerk. It will be centralized in Shrewsbury. We'll stamp it, and then each of the participating municipalities will have a link that clearly displays on their website where residents can find those meeting agendas, and it will just link to the town of Shrewsbury's agenda center. So it will still be public and accessible on your website, but we'll only have to actually upload the agenda and meeting minutes once.
And those are for the meetings that you have with all the towns together.
Yep, with all 3 towns, so those quarterly advisory board meetings.
Questions for Annette? Would anybody like to make a motion?
Make a motion that we embrace the plan.
To approve the town of Shrewsbury's website as the central posting location for all CMRHD advisory public meeting agendas and minutes. That one?
This is,
Yes, that one.
Is there
this is Andrew Chaluka. I second that motion.
roll call vote?
Andrew Chaluka, aye.
Bill Muller, aye.
Karen Gustafsky, Govan, aye.
Jen Maynard, aye. Great, thank you. Thanks, Annette. Those are
Yes, thank you all.
very helpful to be able to kind of tick through those like that. We just have to wait till 7 before we can technically start with your stuff. Is there any other old business that anybody needs to flag? Or new business? I don't believe we had any mail or correspondence for upcoming meeting minutes. Meetings, January 12th, February 9th, and March 9th so far. We can probably set a couple of more while we're here. I think we were going to try and mostly do Zoom through the winter time and then kick back up in the spring with hybrid. I think that's what our plan was. But let's look at, why don't we try and do April, May, and June while we're here? Because, it's crazy how quickly things go past, right? Let's see. Are folks available on April 6th?
At this point, yeah.
Okay, so 4/6. We can either do May 4th or May 11th. Any preference? Want to do May 11th?
May 11th.
May 11th. And we'll be warm and cozy again. June 8th or the 15th. Hopefully warm and cozy by then.
Eighth sounds good.
Yeah.
Great. All right, so we now are half the year through. All right. Are you Paul? Okay, I still have a minute and 30 seconds, but you're free to come to the front here and sit at the desk so you have a microphone.
And you have your site plan? Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You have the site plan, right, to
I do.
show these folks? Okay.
It's very large.
Oh,
So,
great.
Andrew and Karen, I'm going to email you a digital copy of the site plan so you can see that. So I just sent that over via email to you, but he just have a physical plan here in person.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Like, can take a peek at it.
Perfect.
My girls did a little doodle.
I love it. I'm a little disappointed there's not more color,
I
though.
think that might be a pineapple.
Oh, I love it. That's a great pineapple. Where is your neighbor's house? I'm just gonna get started.
The neighbors are very far away.
Okay.
So we only really have one neighbor, and so she would be over here.
Okay.
And then across the street we have a mailbox.
Okay.
The rest of this is Scrapple Land Trust property. So we have 6 acres.
All right, it's officially 7 o'clock. We just have to go through, if, I don't know if you've seen one of these before, we have a couple of steps we have to go through to make it like official.
Okay.
So may I have a motion to open the hearing? The public hearing.
I move that we open the public hearing.
This is Andrew Chaluka. I second that motion.
Roll call.
Andrew Chaluka, aye.
Bill Muller, aye.
Karen Gustafsky, Govan, aye.
Okay, this is a public hearing for 82 Potter Hill, map 71, lot 1, request for variance from Town of Grafton well regulations, section 5, distance from the well to proposed structure, a barn. There's a 100-foot requirement, and the request is for variance to allow for a 50 feet variance, correct? So we, thank you. We have the updated map here of all the things, and we did receive your letter dated November 3rd, which I won't read all of it. But if you wanted to give any brief summary just for the board, so it's on the record here on kind of what you're asking for and why you're asking for.
Sure. So I run a small farm up on the top of Potter Hill called Potter Hill Farm, and I mostly am a veggie grower, but we try to do some animals here and there. And it's tough at the top of the hill because it's very windy, and overwintering has been an issue. So I applied for a grant from MDAR, the Department of Agriculture, and I got the grant, and it's for a farm structure or barn or whatever we want to call it. It's going to be I'd like it to be a dual purpose, so animals below, like in the basement, basically, with an open back, with an animal area out the other side, away from the house, and then veggie storage and equipment storage and stuff like that for the second level. And yeah, so it is like the nearest point will be about 50 feet away. The far corner where I would be keeping the animals and where the animals would be outdoors would be over 100 feet away. And it's going to have a roof, obviously, and it's going to have a cement floor. So, I have a lot of incentive to keep our well, clean and healthy, 3 little kids. And so I feel like it's given the same protection as what the variance is, or what the setback, the spirit of the setback is.
Great, and I see that you had reviewed with Phil Legier, who's not with us here tonight, but has in the past. He didn't express any concerns to you directly, it sounds like.
Nope, I took a while to get in contact with him, but once I did, he said he didn't have any concerns about the site.
So just a couple follow-up on my end, and then I'll see if anybody on the board has any other members of the board. Do you have an existing well that you're like relocating? Is that what this is, or?
No, and I'm not, the setback is for new wells, but I assume I had to do it. I never really got any guidance about it, but it's just an existing well.
Gotcha.
And a new barn. So.
Okay,
I
because
kinda-
you're putting the barn in.
I kind of figured it went
Got
both
it.
ways.
Yeah,
but
got it.
Again, I never got any guidance, so I just thought it better to
Rather
apply
be
for
in
the
compliance.
variance.
Yeah. And then I asked the question only about your neighbors, just because I wasn't sure from one comment in here if one or any of your neighbors would be within less than 100, or their wells would be less than 100 feet
Yeah.
from
I
this.
talked to Annette earlier today. I realized that was an oversight that I didn't mention that, but only because we're so far away. So
Okay.
it's over 200 feet.
Okay,
I
perfect.
did some measurements after I talked to Annette. Yeah, so
Thank you,
it's-
because otherwise we might want to hear from your neighbors if they had any concerns. So
right.
that's
No, it was just
helpful.
our well, so that's the only reason why I didn't mention the
Great.
neighbor's well.
perfect. Bill, since you're in the room, any questions?
It looks like the existing septic system is to be done away with, and
So that is a plan from 2014. It was already done.
okay.
Yeah, and that's not an as-built. Nancy printed that out for me a while ago. It's the plan of the septic, but it was done the same way as the initial plan.
So the current plan doesn't involve any changes to septic systems
No,
and things
no,
of that sort? Okay. Yeah.
That's just the biggest thing. That's the only thing I had available to draw on. So
I have no other questions.
Okay. Karen or Andrew, any questions?
No, thank you. It was helpful to have Phil's review of it. So no additional questions from me.
No additional questions. Either you or Bill have already asked them. So
Would anybody like to make a motion? Or any further discussion?
This is Bill Muller. I'd make a motion that we accept the variance for this building within 50 feet of the well.
Is there a second?
This is Andrew Chaluka. I second the motion.
Roll call?
Andrew Chaluka, aye.
Bill Muller, aye.
Karen Gwiazdowski, Govan, aye.
Jen Maynard, aye. That means your well coverage or your new barn can be built within 50 feet. Nancy will send over follow-up so that you have that variance acceptance from us.
Okay.
I'm informed that the other plans are also in the office. I can show you where if you need those, Annette. For,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
that Nancy was looking for.
Yeah, I mean, if you want an as-built, we can get you an as-built, so you have it for your records, but it's not necessary for the variance.
Yeah, no, she actually just printed that off for me. This was a while back, and I don't exactly. It was a few years ago.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's in the town records.
Yes,
so
it
if I
is.
ever need it, I know where to grab it.
Yep.
Well, we hope
Perfect.
everything goes well with your new building, and
Thank you.
hopefully the animals are happier with some
Yeah.
coverage and
Yeah.
things go well. Thanks
Yeah.
for your
We only have two
contributions.
pigs right now, and they're cold.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it's
They
been
have
cold,
like
it's cold already.
You know, sort of an open shed barn type thing. So
Great. Any questions for us before I ask to close the hearing?
I don't think so.
Great. Would anybody like to make a motion to close this hearing?
I move we close the hearing.
Second?
Yeah, this is Andrew Chaluka. I second.
Roll call?
Andrew Chaluka, aye.
Bill Muller, aye.
Karen Gwiazdowski, Govan, aye.
Jen Maynard, aye. We're getting good at these. Thank you for coming down.
Thank you.
It was pretty quick, but hopefully
Yeah.
painless. You can
Well,
have this
we're just
back.
up the hill. So.
Oh, that's true. You are, aren't you? All right. And Mr. Chaudhry, I just want to let you know I acknowledge you're here. I'm
Thank
going to
you.
make it so that you can speak with us. Give me just a minute. Thank you for coming in. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Okay. Mr. Chaudhry, can you hear us? I think I'm saying that right, your last name. I also have a call-in user. I'm not sure if that's... Let me try again. Mr. Chaudhry, can you hear us?
Yes, yes,
Oh, great. Okay.
yes.
All right, let me take this off. Great, okay. So what we're gonna do is, just like we did last time, we're gonna open a public hearing, and then we'll allow you to talk for a few minutes, and then board members will ask questions, and we'll kind of finish our follow-up from last month. Sound good?
Yes,
All right,
thank you.
all right. May I have a motion to open this public hearing?
This is Bill Muller. I move that we open this public meeting.
Is there a second?
This is Andrew Chaluka. I second it.
Roll call?
Andrew Chaluka, aye.
Bill Muller, aye.
Karen Gwiazdowski, Govan, aye.
Jen Maynard, aye. So this public hearing is the continuation for requests for Ali Rashid and Ahmed Chaudhry from the Village Dairy. Continuation of the hearing, the petition for the board regarding tobacco violation on October 7th, 2025, specifically the $300 fine, other violation of 105 CMR 665.000, and regulation of the Grafton Board of Health restricting the sale of tobacco product, offering for sale cigar products under the minimum pricing outlined in the regulation of the Grafton Board of Health restricting the sale of tobacco products, section G1 and 2, first violation, a fine of $300, asking for consideration to remove that fine. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. You don't have to go through all the things we went through last time unless any of the board members need a refresh, but I think we're good. Last time we spoke, we were hoping that you would be able to go through and produce like the bill of sale and delivery, essentially delivery receipt of when the product in question was received at the store, given sort of the history and content of how you described how you thought the product was on display, if you will, at the store. And I don't know that we received that, so want to give you the opportunity to weigh in there, and then I'll have board members ask any questions.
Yes, sure. Thank you for this opportunity. I was stopped by in town hall like 2-3 days ago, and I was requesting to have that ticket issue, which is like tell me like what exactly cigar product is, because there's so many cigars and we had like 2-3 invoices and we're trying to go through it, and I don't know which one particularly like that day was coming up, so I can bring that invoices to you guys. So when I stopped by in town hall, and I think in the documentation, and they don't have the ticket in the file, so I was waiting for the email, and I couldn't receive any email from you guys, only beside that Zoom meeting. That's it. So that's the whole thing.
I thought the issue was that the ticket doesn't actually have the, because I did check in with the office before this to see if we had anything to review, that the ticket didn't actually have a specific brand listed on it. So I don't think that we have any additional information we could provide to you. I guess one question I would have is, and I think this was some of the questions the board had asked you last time, was, is it atypical, not typical for you to have to order a product that you didn't typically order, so that maybe looking at those bill of sales or receipts or delivery receipts, you had mentioned it wasn't a product that you typically order. It was sort of an off-cycle one that somebody wanted. So, I guess in light of that, maybe that's the best way for you to have been able to find it, unless you have a lot of these sort of requests from customers that come up that are not things you typically stock.
See, so I just ordered last week. It's called Nighty Wrap. From the customer asked me to order like 4 boxes. So I just ordered it. So that's how I ordered like nighty or game or stuff like that. So now I'm like kind of confused. Last time it's like, and one of the board members said like, I don't want to you can print something and bring me. We want to what cigar really is. So I don't I don't want to give you something which is false. I want to exactly what product, is a White Owl or is a game or is any Nighty Wrap, so I can go through one by one invoices and check which date and what time is coming, so I can take that page off and bring it to you guys. This is all my question is.
Yeah, we don't have that information. From what Annette has said, that is not listed on the ticket, and so of course the person who gave it is not going to remember the exact product at this point either. Sorry to cut you. So what if you allow me to? So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring that whole invoices. So whatever the delivery is, then how many cigar is. So how we can describe this is the price is wrong, because I only remember my employer. That employee over there, he told me it's only one cigar, which is cheap pointed, which is a wrong price. Not all of them, just one cigar, which is game brand. They had almost 7 different sweet, black, green sweet, and diamond, all that kind of thing. Just like White Owl had a green sweet, black, white diamond, all that kind of things. So I can bring those to you guys, and I just needed more time, a little bit.
Jen,
Go ahead.
may I ask a question?
Please. Yep.
Sorry, Mr. Chaudhry, it's been something like 29 days since our last meeting.
Yes, sir.
So I don't think that insufficient time is really an issue here. There's been 4 weeks to resolve this, and we're trying to do you a favor by extending this meeting by a month in order to have you provide information that could support your claim. But I think the bigger issue is that your claim was that you knew for a fact that this special cigar had arrived one day before the inspection and the issuance of the violation, and now you're saying that you don't even know which cigar it is. So I'm not sure how you could be sure that it was a cigar that had arrived just one day before if now you're telling us that you don't know which brand it was or what the cigar was that resulted in the violation.
So that's the whole thing. You taking a whole thing is the wrong side. What I'm trying to say is product. We had like 4 or 5 product come in the same day. So I don't know the product, which product had a wrong price and which one they check. So I just want to like bring it to you right product, which is last time you the one who told me that like you don't want to like print anything and bring it to me or email to me. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go through the one by one the invoice and bring that exactly
What didn't I want to do? I misunderstood. What didn't I want to do?
Say again?
What are you saying I didn't want? You said I didn't want to do something.
Like you say, like don't bring any like email or any print anything.
Yeah,
like,
we wanted
just
the physical invoice.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I like. We had like every week, we had like 3, 4, 5 items coming in the delivery. So I just want to like make sure I can bring you exactly what you want. What
Right,
is the
but
price come?
You didn't. That's the problem. Are you saying that you got 5 deliveries on the same day? All of your deliveries in a month come on the
No.
same day? So
No, sir. No, the one every delivery every week, one delivery is a 5, 6 items. They're just like games or diamonds or all other things coming up in the one delivery.
So it would
I
have
don't
been just
like.
one invoice then, right? It would have just been one invoice that you would have needed to bring? Because
Yes,
it would
I
have been
can-
the invoice from the day before the violation.
So my question is, if I bring that invoices for that day for you, how you figure out which one product is?
So,
Which product is?
but Mr. Chaudhry, I'm sorry, last month you did not indicate to us that you didn't know what the product was. It sounded as though you knew exactly what the product was. So it is a little surprising that a few days before, and you happen to be in the office for other business, that this kind of came up. We are not going to look through invoices and try and figure it out. It would have been the expectation that you, as the store manager, who we gave this insight to and this extension to last time, would have known at that time. And if you didn't know at that time what the product was, that would have been made known to us. And as Andrew is indicating, if it was the day before that it was shipped, we would anticipate that the name of that product would be there. And it should be as simple as circling that product, because at no point last time was it indicated that you didn't know what the product was. And, to your point, if you're getting loads and loads of things in, yes, it was one cigarette or one cigar this time. But
Yeah.
you could see how we would think that if we can't find this particular thing, there's not a well ticking and tying back to all of this. And I think what Andrew's other point was that we did not want some assertion from your vendor that they delivered it. We wanted proof of sale from the delivery date, so that it could not essentially be modified. That was what our point was, because that's something that's, this is what we're delivering, and we could sort of validate the information that you were giving us around timeline. So, while we appreciate that you cater very much, it sounds like, to your customers and really try to deliver on what they're asking you for.
Yeah.
The burden is not really on us to tick and tie and figure out what that product is. And, it is the first we're hearing that we didn't know what that you didn't know what the product was. That wasn't really what the conversation was last time. Is there any other insight you'd like to share, or anything that's changed since last time we met before board members discuss?
No, I don't. No.
Okay. Members, any further questions for Mr. Chaudhry?
No.
Any discussion? Would anybody like to make a motion?
To close the hearing.
No, we need to make a decision about whether or not we waive waive the fee that was requested. I think a couple of things to weigh into Andrew's point. 4 weeks does seem like a sufficient amount of time to try and find this information. And I do think we do need to consider that if we were to overturn, that we could be setting a precedence for other violations in town that may happen. So just with those points in discussion in mind, and others, please feel free to weigh in if you feel differently, but I can't make a motion.
I think using the criteria that we set at the last meeting, we don't have the information we need to overturn the violation. So unfortunately, I'd make a motion that we uphold the violation as it's originally issued.
Is there a second?
This is Bill Muller. I second that.
Roll call?
Andrew Chalupa, aye.
Bill Muller, aye.
Karen Gustowski, Galvin, aye.
Jen Maynard, aye. Thank you for coming back, Mr. Chaudhry, and trying to find that information. Hopefully, across the board, I think we've all learned something from this experience. But, we appreciate your doing business in town and hope that things will be smooth sailing moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you. Would anybody like to make a motion to close the hearing?
This is Bill Muller. I move that we close the hearing.
Second?
This is Andrew Chalupa. I second the motion.
Roll call?
Andrew Chalupa, aye.
Bill Muller, aye.
Karen Gustowski, Galvin, aye.
Jen Maynard, aye. Okay. Let's see. I think that we have actually gone ahead and gone through all of our agenda items. Did anybody else have anything to flag for us before we entertain our final hopeful motion for tonight?
No.
Would anybody like to make a motion?
This is Bill Muller. I move that we adjourn.
Second?
This is Andrew Chalupa. I second the motion.
Roll call?
Andrew Chalupa, aye.
Bill Muller, aye.
Karen Gustowski, Galvin, aye.
Jen Maynard, aye. Thanks, everyone. Have a nice holiday. If we don't see or talk to you, I'm sure we'll email. Take